My mom has ketophobia, fear of hair. She has it, I know. I looked it up on the internet. She's obsessed with sprouting on women. Last weekend, my 1-year-old, Sebastian, was laughing at Beast, our big furry mutt. Sebastian was petting Beast's fuzzy nose and pulling at his whiskers. My mom said, "Sebastian loves that hairy face, same as he loves Bob's." Bob's my mom's boyfriend. He has a mountain man's beard and mustache, and Sebastian does seem to love his face. My mom said, "If I don't take my estrogen, I'd have the same face." Mustache, beard, bald. My mom also gets her legs waxed the first of every month. I've seen the hair growth between waxings. She has 4 hairs on each leg, and they're blonde. The day I turned 16, my mom took me for my first waxing. My hair is much thicker than hers. That birthday present felt like someone applied 1,000 Band-Aids and then ripped them off. Once, during a hippie phase, I let my armpit hair grow out as a way of honoring my body in its natural state. Coincidentally, during that phase, my aunt was taking a photography class and needed a model. She asked me to pose nude. We met at my mom's house. I got undressed, but before I could step out of my old bedroom, my mom rushed at me with a razor. To cure her ketophobia, I tried to get my mom to Mitch Fest. Every year, 5,000 women converge on a plot of land in the woods of Michigan to play music and sleep in tents. They also have sweat lodges and art classes where you can make a papier-mâché cast of your breasts. At Mitch Fest, it's clothing optional, so you see bushes the size of Kansas. You also see more mustaches than you'd see at a mariachi convention. After about the 3rd day, if you've shaved your armpits, which I made the mistake of doing, you start walking around with your arms pressed against your sides. If you have a fear of hair, that place is exposure therapy. I couldn't get my mom to go. She said, "I'm too old to be sleeping in a tent." And that got me thinking, maybe my mom's ketophobia is really a mask for Jurassicophobia, fear of aging. She's always talking about how she doesn't have enough time to do all the things she wants to do, how her knees don't work without glucosamine, how she misses the days when my brother and I were kids. How did the time go so fast, she says, and gets a little tear in one eye. I'd say she has Jurassicophobia for sure, but she denies it. She says she fears getting older less than she fears the alternative, dying. This just means to me that she also has thanatophobia, fear of death. I'm just afraid, she says, if I'm ever in the newspaper, I'm just afraid they'll say elderly. You know, elderly woman gets mugged. I'm not so much afraid of getting mugged, just afraid they'll say elderly. I've been wondering why I care. So what if my mom has ketophobia, or Jurassicophobia, or thanatophobia? We all have our fears. How does that affect me? Then yesterday, I was at the dermatologist getting some spots looked at. Spots I'm sure I didn't have 5 years ago. The nurse and I discovered that we both went to Palmetto High. She asked when I graduated. I said 1986. She said, I was born in 1986. I also felt scared the other night when I was lying on my back reading with Tashi, my 6-year-old, and she pulled and stretched out the skin on my neck. The scary part was when she said, "Mommy, why is your neck like a lizard?" I got scared during shoulder stand in yoga when my shirt slid down, and so did my belly. And when Tashi's little friend told me that she liked how my hair was highlighted. Tashi said, "Mommy, you need spray paint for your hair." "I like the gray," I told her, same as I tell myself. I called my mom. "Can you believe it? Tashi wants me to dye my hair." Couldn't hurt. She said, "Andrea, you were Tashi's age when you said, 'Mommy, your hair makes you look like an old lady.'" I said that? I must have Jurassicophobia too. There's proof. Do I also have ketophobia? While I'm not paranoid about beard growth, I am on the lookout for stray eyebrows, the ones that show up on the chin. But does that constitute a phobia? What am I really afraid of? I'm afraid of not amounting to much more than a mother. I wonder what that phobia is called. Just a motherphobia? I want to be famous. I want to be a great talent. I want my work to be recognized. I write stories. I've written a book and I'm working on another one. I make about 25 cents an hour. And while I don't believe that monetary recognition is the only measure of success, it's obvious I have a long way to go. And time's running out. Recently, we went away for the weekend with another family. Both parents are journalists. They have bosses and deadlines. On Saturday, the rest of us waited 2.5 hours in our bathing suits and sunscreen while my friend put the last edits on a front-page newspaper story. I would never have considered doing that. "Excuse me, I'm going to work for a few hours on a story about my fears." My work isn't valued the same. I don't even value my work the same. When the kids need to go to the doctor, my partner, Victoria, doesn't miss work at Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. She goes because she has clients. I was going on 3 hours in the waiting room at the pediatrician when Victoria sent me a text. "You are the most beautiful and sexy mommy." Felt good for a second. Then I thought, yeah, that's like saying, "You look really sexy doing those dishes." I called my mom. She said, "You know, your life is very much like mine. You're an artist, you have a boy and a girl and a big dog. You're the one who takes the kids to the doctor." "Oh, geez," I said. And I realized what I have. I have matrophobia, fear of becoming my mother.